Alright, so there is this activity that will be coming very soon to global. Maybe next patch, maybe the next patch, who knows. But it's called the Training Dungeon. And at least in the Japanese version. It literally has an English text that says Training Dungeon, so I'm assuming it's going to be Training Dungeon in the global version as well. But pretty much is an activity where you use a lot of characters and you beat a lot of fights and you get rewards for it. Preparation for it, if you're watching this video and Training Cave is not live yet, I recommend preparing for it, and I'll talk about it in a second. I have a video fighting all the level 3 fights, and I'll put like the thing right on top. I'm not gonna make that right now because it's a long video, it's 9 level 3 fights, and a lot of people in the beginning are not gonna be like, I want to say 99% of people are not gonna be able to do level 3 fights for a while. I couldn't beat all the level 3 fights for a long time. So let me explain this. There are 3 difficulties of fights, and for each difficulty of fight, there are 9 fights. So there are here level 1, level 2, and level 3 fights. Level 1 fights, I'm pretty sure, are, you know, very low CC, like 60,000 CC, and then you bring 4 characters to beat the fight, and as you beat it, you gain the rewards. Of course, each difficulty has different rewards. Right here you can see 15% chance of getting a hammer, and these, and then of course level 3 and level 2 have different rewards. Better, of course, yeah, level 3 fights, of course, are gonna have better rewards. You show right here, yeah, 30% chance of getting a hammer, and stuff like that. So, but how do you play it, exactly? Every 5 days, or at least, you know, it was an update on JP, before it used to be 3 days, but every 5 days you gain a key, so you can open the training dungeon, and then you can fight the fights in the training dungeon. Every single time you beat a fight, you cannot use those characters anymore. Let's say I want to beat this fight. Each individual fight has specific mechanics, and characters that you should bring to you know, defeat them will vary. If I can find, there's a spreadsheet that's going to be probably very helpful for a lot of people of what characters should be recommended for each fight. I have my own. Every single time you beat a fight, it saves your team. So next time you want to do it, it's saved, and then you just have to bring it again. Let's say I want to fight this fight right here, right? And this is the team that I usually use to beat. It's a blue gopher, whatever. It doesn't matter. This is the fight that this is the team that I used to beat. I just come in and beat it. Let me just beat it for a second real quick. You don't need to really watch the fight. So I'll be right back. But I'll show you the aftermath of beating a fight, not being able to use your characters anymore and stuff like that. Alright, I'm about to beat the fight, and of course I'll gain the rewards for it. As you can see, this is a very, you know, simple team. I saw Meliodas, King, and the Gopher. But as you can see, now they're locked. I got lucky, I got a hammer. That's nice. They got locked, and next time I want to use them, I can't. For the remainder of, you know, this section of the training cave, I won't be able to use that team anymore. Now, every time you beat a level 3, level 2, or 1 fight, this gauge will increase. As a metric, I don't exactly know how much you get for level 2 and 1s because I haven't beat them in a while. But level 3s, as you know, for each 3 level 3 battles you defeat, you fill this ult gauge. And this battle right here, as soon as you fill it, it will be a gold battle. You will fight one of the teams that you used to beat one of those 3 fights. It's pretty much how that works. So in total, you're gonna need 12 teams. You're gonna need 9 teams because you want to beat 9 fights. For each 3 fights you beat, you gain these hammers right here. And for a total of 9. So in total, you get 10 hammers every 5 days, which is pretty alright. Wait, I don't think Global has hammers. Let me show you what hammers do. Do I want to hammer anyone? I probably would hammer Meliodas. Let's give him gear. What hammers do is they increase the stat of a substat. Oh, I don't have 5. If I use 5 hammers, what pretty much will happen is it will increase. It will by 0.1, 0.2, whatever. That's pretty much what hammers do. It will just increase, it won't re-roll, right? Just like anvils. It's pretty much what it does. It's kind of rare. As you can see, I had 2, which, like, you know, it's very rare. They are not very common at all. But yeah, as you could see probably from my fight, I had very low CC, I had like 100,000, because the fights, you cannot use gear. You cannot use gear on your units, they're all on gear, no matter if they have gear or not, which is actually kind of good, because you don't have to keep transferring gear every single battle, right? and that will make it so much easier. The fights are, you know, designed for you to beat it without any gear. Now again, for a long time, most of you guys will not be able to beat all 9 fights, level 3 especially, right? So if you can't beat a fight, don't worry. If you fail one of the fights, you won't lose the characters. You just fail, right? You lose the food if you use food, but you won't lose the characters. Which means that you can either, use the food and the stamina, right? Which means that you can either just keep trying until you beat the fight, or bump down if you know, if you don't have enough units, right? Just bump down and try to defeat level 2s and 3s. So long as you can defeat the 9 fights, it's alright. Now, why do you wanna fill this gauge and beat the gold fight? That's very important. Let me actually fill it, and then I'll be right back and show the rewards for it. Alright, I just beat the 3rd fight I had to. I got the 2 hammers, of course, and then a gold fight will appear as soon as it goes. Yeah, complete 100%. Nice, nice, nice. Let's go there. And I'm gonna fight one of my random teams. It will tell me what team it is. It used to not, which was very annoying. But yeah, I will fight this blue team, so I might as well just, you know, I'll just bring a backup green team. But what's important is the rewards. So by beating this fight, you will gain 3 of these purple rocks. You'll gain either a hammer or 3 purple rocks, 6 anvils or 2 purple rocks. Very important, and this is why. This is how you get UR gear. Now, UR gear by itself is kind of complex, but I'm gonna have to explain. So, UR gear doesn't work like regular gear. Regular gear, you pass it onto a character, right? This has UR gear, for example. But if I just put this piece of gear, this will be SSR gear for anyone. Anyone that applies this gear will have SSR gear. Very different from UR gear. UR gear is tied to the name of the character. If I go on Merlin, right here, on the boar hat, I'll have to move on to the boar hat. She is the one NPC that upgrades gear from whatever gear it is. Actually, you can upgrade gear from C to UC, from R to SR, but you can only upgrade one time. So you need, mostly I would recommend upgrading SSR to UR. And that upgrade, it's called engravement. And the engravement puts the name of the character in that gear. Now, let's say I want to upgrade this gear to a UR. I need to use this, which is 6-star awakening stone, which you use 6 5-star awakening stones and turn into 1 6-star. And I need 10 of these, of the purple ones that I just showed. And then I select the character, and that specific character will be engraved on that gear. If, for example, I pick up I have a Starosta here, he also has UR gear, but if I give him this UR gear from Escanor, this will not be UR gear, and you will know it's not UR gear because it's not flashing colors. If I was to upgrade to put his UR gear, as you can see, it's flashing some colors, right? It's because it's triggering. If it's not triggering, it means it's just basic gear. It's not, the engravement is not working. So if you see that a character has UR gear, for example, like right here, this Simon, he has UR gear right here, but for him, it's just basic SSR gear. Now, this system is very complex. Right now, as it is, I'm kind of pissed off at this system because for every new character that releases, I need to make new UR gear for them. Very annoyed. In the beginning, it's very chill though. For example, I don't know how they will handle with Global, but on JP, they released in packs of characters, right? And the first characters released, I think it was like Meliodas, Elione, stuff like that. It was just, they used to release like two good characters and 2 unused characters, right? So like Meliodas was the go-to to, you know, UR first, and that's what everyone UR'd first glance, you know? Escanor, very recent. They took a long time to give Escanor UR gear because, you know, he has already the highest stats. So yeah, every time you beat a gold fight on Training Cave, you gain 3 of those purple rocks guaranteed, and you have a chance of getting 3 more, which is the best job possible, right? And then when you get 10, you can upgrade the gear. That's pretty much what Training Cave really is for, in general, is just gear. If you look again at the rewards, let me go back real quick. If you look back here in the rewards for beating fights, you see that it's mostly for gear. It's like keys, which you use to summon for gear, right? Oh, These are, okay, yeah, keys. Keys used to summon for gear, hammers to upgrade gear, reroll gear, upgrade gear, upgrade gear. It's mostly for gear stuff, even though, oh, wow, I'm in a Discord call, muted, I'm sorry for the noise. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Training Cave doesn't have much. Again, I'll put the link to the fights in the description, and I'm going to have it popped at the top right. But who knows if they'll keep the same fights as GB, because they might just change. And that's why I didn't want to record it again. I already have it done. Might just re-upload it, if anything. And I'll try to find the chart with the recommended characters for each fight and put it as before it releases on global as possible. Again, good luck on doing it. Don't feel bad at all if you can't get 3 gold fights. It took me a long time to be able to get 3 gold fights. It will probably take for most of you because you need so many characters. And for recommendation, I do recommend leveling up R characters. Awaken your R characters and SR characters to UR, especially the good ones. Slater must have for Trading Cave. I might do a Trading Cave tier list. Might. I think it's a very big might. But yeah, awakening your Rs like Elioni. Rs, you know, it will take you raid items, but raid items are technically infinitely farmable. And R, you know, pendants, you're probably just sitting with them like on your inventory, not using them anyways. So upgrading like God Twigo, Elioni, upgrading your Marmas and stuff like that, it's not a bad idea. It really isn't. Alright, that's pretty much about it. Again, if you want to see all the fights, link will be in the description and top right. But that's it. Training Cave is pretty chill. You beat them, you beat it like every 5 days, you forget it even exists, and just, you know, you tag along. You want the purple gems to upgrade your gear. That's pretty much it. Yeah.